Good morning. And welcome. It's wonderful to see each and every one of you here, and welcome to those of you joining us live streaming. We have a number of really exciting things happening around Sunrise. You're going to get an announcement momentarily about one of those events. Those of you joining us live streaming, you may have discovered that the bulletin is available online. If you have trouble finding it, don't worry about it. You can find all the information later online, but we will prompt you during the service so we can all worship together. I'm Vance Polly, and I'm the pastor of Sunrise Presbyterian Church. And Reese Humphreys is a worship leader. Matthew Parker at the piano as well, and the choir that's here. There is a 9 a.m. service, a devotional service. For those of you live streaming, you can join it as well, of course, in person. At 10 a.m., we have a family service. And it's interactive so that if you want to participate remotely, let us know. We'll send you a Zoom invite. It meets in the family chapel upstairs. And that's the source of a very special announcement. And so I'm going to begin with you, Ernest, and I know you've got help in making this message. There we go.
Thank you, Vance. For those who do not know me, I'm Ernest, and for about the past year, I have been attending family service with Reese. And if many of you may recall, back in the spring, the family service children had a project of putting hygiene kits together. And now the children have partnered on a new project, and I would like to introduce three of my favorite fourth graders from the family service. We've got Sabrina, Caitlin, and Blake, and they're going to describe their new project.
Good morning. I'm Sabrina. Last week I got sort of cold, and I wore a coat to school. My brother Henry also wore his coat. We need our coats to keep us warm. Did you know that there are kids right in here in our community who don't have coats?
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I've never worried about having the right clothes to stay warm, but I do worry about kids who don't have coats. So we've decided to do something to help them, and we want you to participate. Could you help us by buying a new coat for a child who doesn't have one?
Hi, I'm Blake. We are working with a group called Neighbors Together to buy coats for kids who need them. If you will get a new coat and bring it to church between next week and November 20th, they will be wrapped and given as Christmas gifts. If you have any questions, please ask Reese or Ornis. Thank you.
Thank you, girls.
Wonderful, and thank you. What an incredible mission outreach, and it makes such a difference in the lives of children and young people in the community. Then, also at the 10 a.m. hour, there is adult Sunday school, which meets in the church library, and of course this is the 11 a.m. service. We have a fellowship time, and the invitation is to those who have gathered to come and spend a little time in fellowship. It's a time to share the news of your lives. We're going to hear a good deal more about what that means to be a community, caring for each other, supporting one another. So I really invite you, take a moment right after worship to come down to the fellowship hall. It begins, the fellowship time, right after the 9 a.m. service and continues through the morning through this service. There are two opportunities to help with it. One is set up, and if you would come and sign up to come at 8:30 in the morning, it takes about a half an hour to get it up and going, and then people tend to attend the 9 a.m. service, sign up in the kitchen. For those who are here at the end, and I hope this isn't a discouragement from coming and sharing the fellowship time, it would be wonderful to have a volunteer or two to help with the cleanup. We have one very good volunteer who does it almost every week, and he welcomes help, and he'll show you the ropes. So, there you go. You're welcome, Lou. There's a phone number in front of me for the Ministry of Prayer, 843-437-4239. If you would like to have a name spoken during the Ministry of Prayer, particularly those of you online, please text that to me. Do that earlier in the service. It'll arrive at my iPad. If you wait till the time of the Ministry of Prayer, there's a little delay, and I might not receive it during the prayer. Now, a number of different announcements. I thank the family service and the mission commitment for gathering the overcoats, the coats for the cool weather to cold weather that's coming. We have several other opportunities. Christmas at Sea. The boxes are already in the narthex. For those who are joining us remotely, live streaming, there's a storage bin by the fellowship hall door. You can drop by anytime during the week to pick up one of the boxes. Taped to the box are all the needs, that is, the various items that can be put in the box. It's to be wrapped. They're to be returned on the early side. I know it feels odd in October to talk about Christmas at sea, but the boxes need to get down to the port, so they'll get onto ships so they are available to the seafarers on Christmas morning. So the idea there is to do an outreach that can really make a difference in people's lives at a time when they're away from home and from families. There are elder nominating forms in the narthex. There are elder nominating forms available online. You are welcome to suggest the name of someone, their skills and talents. The elder nominating committee will then look at all the names suggested, ones that they have as well, and will from there follow up in reaching out to people. 2 elder positions that are being looked for right now, fellowship and mission, for mission outreach. There's a special something happening, and I'm looking at the smiles on people's faces, next Sunday. Next Sunday, which is October 30th, the day before Halloween, all of the young people that attend the family service are invited to wear their Halloween costumes. So you can wear them to church, and then you'll come down to the fellowship hall afterwards, and there are going to be games and activities in the fellowship hall. So the idea is that at the 10 o'clock hour, you can wear your costumes and then be able to play games and just have a good time. There are crafts, other things that will be set up during the 10 o'clock hour. We try to wear name tags here in person in worship just so we can kind of connect names and faces. Now, this is Stewardship Month, and next Sunday is Stewardship Sunday. So we're doing some highlighting of what does the church mean to people. And I've been asking some of the elders to come and share from their own experiences. Our clerk of sessions spoke at the 9 o'clock service. Andy Ryan, who's our pastoral care elder, has volunteered to come and share with you what sunrise means for him, the importance of it. Andy? And you have a, there you go. I can see the way you hold the microphone. You enjoy that. Good. It's on, ready to go.
It's on? Good.
Yes.
Good. Carolyn, can I sing? I've been trying. Good morning, sunrise. Good morning. What a day. What a day. I tell you, it's hard to come over that connector and not just break out in a big grin. 12 months a year. It's just a wonderful place. We're so lucky to be here in this beautiful part of the world. As part of our stewardship, Pastor Vance asked me to share a little story that I had shared with him a little while ago, about a year ago, I guess it was. But I want to share my story with you this morning, and I promise it won't take long. My wife and I, Carolyn, we've been here for about 20 years, I guess, except for a little exit we took for a 2-year interim, I guess it was. 3 years ago, we left Sunrise. We moved down to St. Simon's Island, Georgia. Beautiful place, just absolutely beautiful. We had friends there, and we bought a beautiful condo, and we thought, well, we're in. This is it. But as time moved on, we kept missing Mount Pleasant. We kept missing this, that. And there was just a void there. And found out after soul searching for a year and a half or so that we really missed this area. But what we came back to over and over was we miss our church. We miss Sunrise. And so about 1 year ago, after 2 years of being in St. Simon's, we moved back. So we're at home. And it was something that we thought about. So, while we were gone, I personally kept thinking about Sunrise, and I remembered 20 years ago, approximately 20 years ago, when we joined, and coming in here, the faces, the warmth, the smiles, the greetings, it was just really a unique place. Actually, we came here when we were dating. This was 20 plus years ago, I guess it was. And the first time we came here, we really liked Sunrise. But shortly after that, one of my best friends that I grew up with is a Lutheran minister, and he was moved to Charleston. So we, of course, followed him over into West Ashley. And he stayed about 2.5 years, and he was called away. And so the very next Sunday after he left, we came back to Sunrise, and we haven't left yet. So, except for that interim. And I think we came back to our senses, as Mr. Apet said, I believe. So we're here. There's a lot of changes over the 20 years. Death, moves, additions and subtraction, life, as we say. The faces have really changed. But one thing I can tell you is the warmth hasn't. Leaving and coming back, it was, I guess, and you couple that with the pandemic, it was totally different. But we have back in the groove and are really happy that we've made this transition back. The one thing that I would also want to mention is feast. If any of you have not gotten involved with feast, I really encourage you to give it a try. It's numbers at a completely different level, and something that we've really enjoyed, and I encourage it explicitly. And I want to thank you, my church family, for letting us come back, being so gracious. I don't hear too many negative things about St. Simon's anymore. Of course, we've been back a year now, but I do appreciate it. I want to thank the staff here, Reese, Vance, Matthew. I tell you, we've to have these talented individuals here in our congregation. It's just absolutely amazing to me. You come and you, I wish I could just listen to Matthew for hours. You're just unbelievable on that piano. And you've touched us.